Hello. In this video, we're going to go over how to find the quadrant based on giving the signs of two trig functions. These are fairly simple and they will make a lot of sense once we go over them. The first thing we need to remember and memorize is all students take calculus. We draw our coordinate plane and we draw our little all students take calculus. What does this represent? Wait, let me move this so it's not in the camera. I just learned about that. What does this represent? All means that all of them are positive. All of sine theta is greater than zero, which is positive. Cosine theta is greater than zero. Tangent theta is greater than zero. All of them are positive. All students take calculus. So this S is sine. Only the sine is positive. The cosine and the tangent are both less than zero or negative. Then we go to the third quadrant because it's the first, second, third, fourth. In the third quadrant, we see that we have our t to represent that tangent of theta is greater than zero. And our sine and cosine theta are both less than zero or negative. Tangent's positive, sine and cosine negative. The fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, and sine and tangent are both negative. Perfect. Using that information, we are going to be able to just easily solve all of these questions on the left. Let's start with the first one. When cosine is negative and tangent is positive. So what I do is I draw myself a little guy. Let's move this all up a little bit. We draw ourselves a little one right here. And we start recognizing, okay, all students take calculus. Where is cosine of theta negative? Cosine of theta is negative here and here. Another way you could have done it is cosine is positive here, positive here. We just canceled out two quadrants. Now we have to find where tangent is positive. Tangent is positive in all or tangent in the third quadrant with the t. Now we've already crossed off the first quadrant, but just in case you didn't, and you didn't want to cross off any quadrants because it confuses you, you can also just realize, hey, both of those dots that satisfy that equation go into that third quadrant. I like to cross off, makes it easier. So we can clearly see we are in quadrant 3. That is not how you spell 3. I almost wrote 4. We are in quadrant 3. Next, we draw a little guy. Then we write down all students take calculus. We have sine is positive, tangent is negative. Where is sine positive? Sine is positive here and here. First two quadrants. Cancel out the bottom two quadrants. Where is tangent negative amongst those first two quadrants? In the second quadrant where it's S, where only sine is positive, tangent is negative. We have our second quadrant. Easy stuff. Next, we draw a little graph. We write down our all students take calculus. Where is tangent of theta positive? Tangent of theta positive is here in the third quadrant in the first. We cancel the second and the fourth. Where in those two quadrants is sine also negative? In the third quadrant where only tangent is positive. Thus, we see we are again in quadrant 3. Beautiful. Next, we're going to go down to number 4. Number 4, we see cosine is positive and sine is positive. So all students take calculus. Cosine is positive here and here. We cross off the other two. Sine is positive also in the first one amongst the ones not crossed off. Thus, we are in the first quadrant. Let us do one more. Let's do one more really fast. If the cosine of theta is greater than 0 and the sine of theta is less than 0, what quadrant? We just need to graph it a little bit. Let's not use red since we have a big red thing right there. We graph a little one. All students take calculus. Cosine of theta is positive, so we're here and here. Sine of theta is negative, so we're here and here. We didn't cross any off this time. We see the one with the double dots is our answer. We are in the fourth quadrant. Done. Nice and easy, simple and sweet. If you have any questions or specific examples you'd like me to cover, please just send me an email. Other than that, hope everyone has a great day.